Callers lined up to talk to you. Let's start with Sharon. She's in Minnesota. Democrats line. You're on with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Sharon, good morning. Go ahead.
Good morning, Pedro. Thanks so much for taking my call. And good morning, Mr. Kennedy. This is quite an honor. You're a Kennedy, and I love and cherish your name. However, I am a Democrat, and I kind of cringe when Pedro said, he introduced you as the Democratic, presidential campaign, and I really need to know from you what makes you feel like you are a Democrat.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and a C-SPAN caller said it was an honor to talk to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Then she tore into him over his conspiracy mongering. A caller named Sharon called into Washington Journal this week and started listing facts about RFK Jr. until she was cut off.
What makes you? Is it like the only way I can win is if I claim to be a Democrat? You just lumped yourself with Bernie Sanders. I get it. I just wish I wish we had that third party. I wish that you could feel confident that you're strong enough in your campaign and your beliefs that you could run on an independent, because that is what you are. You are definitely not, in my book or any of my Democratic family or friends' book, a Democrat.
The caller began with, "You're a Kennedy, and I love and cherish your name. And I just really need to know from you what makes you feel like you're a Democrat." The caller identified herself as a Democrat and said that RFK Jr. makes her cringe when she claims to be of the same party.
Your conspiracy theories, they literally scare us. We just came out of 4 years of, full of Trump's lies and his conspiracy theories. In this country, you claim that you want to heal us as a nation and our divide. And this is not. I mean, the Wi-Fi causes cancer, and 5G is mass surveillance, and chemicals in our water cause transgender, and antidepressants cause school shootings. I'm so confused, and so I'm looking for clarity from you today, Mr. Kennedy.
Okay, Sharon, thank you for the call. You laid out a lot of things. We'll let Mr. Kennedy respond.
Kennedy is an environmental lawyer, politician, and writer known for advocating anti-vaccine misinformation. He wrote a book that made wild accusations against Democrats during the COVID pandemic. His book was flagged by a news magazine for spreading misinformation about the COVID-19 pandemic and vaccine. RFK Jr.'s misinformation was praised by right-wing extremists, though.
Yeah, Sharon, thanks for those questions. If you go down the checklist of all the things that my father believed in, that Robert Kennedy and my uncle John Kennedy believed in, I would check every one of those boxes. Of classic progressive, liberal, Democratic candidates. I don't think you can point to one of those things that I'm not fighting for and that I've fought for my whole life.
RFK Jr. had floated the claim that COVID-19 targeted certain ethnic groups while sparing others. His suggestion that viruses discriminate who to infect is absolutely preposterous, and that's not how viruses work. His misleading claims were aimed at creating mistrust in Dr. Fauci and spread fear about the vaccine.
You say that I have conspiracy theories, and you labeling me anti-vax, which I'm not, or a conspiracy theorist, which I am not, is one of the ways that the Democratic Party and their allied press have silenced me.
The caller pointed to his outrageous claims about Wi-Fi causing cancer and 5G being mass surveillance of the population. Kennedy has suggested that chemicals in our water cause transgender and antidepressants cause school shootings. She hit him with fact after fact, but it didn't seem to faze him one bit. She said that the conspiracy theories scared everyone and that ultimately he was not a Democrat. The caller was spot on in her assessment, but it wasn't enough to get a straight answer from Kennedy. Kennedy thanked the caller for the questions, but instead of answering them, he deflected. He tried to draw upon the memory of his father and his uncle John F. Kennedy instead of acknowledging his extreme and misleading stances. The truth is that RFK Jr. doesn't have a chance of winning. He is a privileged jackaloon that would never be subject to the same rules he wants everyone else to live by. He is embraced by racists like Marjorie Trainwreck Green and other MAGA morons. RFK Jr. is a conspiracy pusher. His unhinged views on viruses and science should be an automatic disqualification. He is not a leader. He's a guy trying to sell books. RFK Jr. is accepted more by Republican Party because that is what he is. He would be a disaster for America, and that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.